Did I scare you? Halloween doesn't have to be spooky if you fill it with pumpkin.
Hey you guys, and welcome to my channel, Midnight Munchies and More. I am Cherise, and today we are going to make 3 different kinds of pumpkin donuts, okay? So listen, Krispy Kreme came out with their pumpkin donuts, and I ordered my pumpkin donuts. I had my $5 off coupon, and I drove an hour, and I ordered them before I drove there, and I was like, here to pick up my order, and they're like, oh, we don't have the pumpkin donuts yet, so you can get like blueberry. It started naming off all these donuts, and I was like, girl, I am here for the pumpkin donuts and pumpkin donuts only. What do you mean you don't have the pumpkin donuts? And I was like, all right, cancel my order, I guess. And then I lost my coupon. So I was like so mad. So I wrote a letter. Listen, my grandpa told me to write a letter with companies when you're upset. So I wrote a letter to Krispy Kreme, and I still haven't heard back. And their week-long pumpkin glazed donut just doesn't exist anymore because it's only supposed to be for a week. But did they even have it? Because they said they didn't even have it yet, and like it was only for a week. What? Okay, anyways, moral of the story is I'm so mad at Krispy Kreme, I'll make my own pumpkin donuts. Listen, I found like a bunch of different pumpkin donut recipes on the internet, and I wasn't sure which one I wanted to do, so I did 3. So you can come along the ride with me while we do 3 donuts. We're gonna do easy, medium, expert kind of vibe, but like they're all pretty much easy. I just feel like it's about the amount of time you want to spend on it. So you got like 5 minutes, 15 minutes, or 3 hours. And we're going to see which one's the best. We're going to see if it's worth it doing the easy one. I don't know. We're just going to try them all out. So just join me on this ride, please. Let's go. Let's pumpkin out.
Starting with the easiest donut, we're going to get our Grand's biscuits. Don't get the flaky layer. Get the Southern Home style. Don't be scared when you pop it open. And then I'm going to use the backside of a piping tip to cut our holes. You could use like a shot glass or something like that. Anything to cut a little hole out of it.
Leaves fall slow on the sidewalk streets. Golden air where the cool wind meets. Warm light dancing in the kitchen glow. Pumpkin spice rising nice and slow.
Make sure your oil is preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. To help me achieve that, I use an infrared digital laser thermometer gun. I'll leave a link for that. I just got it on Amazon. I'll leave that below along with other Amazon products like this super adorable pink cast iron pot. After taking them out of the oil, put them on some paper towels and let them drain for just a minute while we make our pumpkin pie spice sugar mixture. So I just eyeball this to taste. I just do some sugar, and then I do some pumpkin pie spice and a little bit of cinnamon because I like a cinnamon heavy pumpkin pie spice. You can just do pumpkin pie spice. That's totally fine. If you happen to like a nutmeg heavy one, add a little extra nutmeg too while you're at it. But what I like to do is after I give it a whisk doodles is I like to toss my donuts in there pretty soon after they come out of the fryer and they're still warm, because what that's going to do is that's going to kind of melt the sugar just enough that it doesn't fall off of the actual donut when you're handling it, that it stays on there. And then that's it, you guys. These were so super easy. Now let's move on to the next one. So these are going to be donut holes. We'll add some self-rising flour and then some more pumpkin pie spice and cinnamon. Give that a little whisk with our Danish dough whisk. Love it. And then add some pumpkin puree, not the pie filling, just the puree. Again, give that a little whisk. And then I usually move over to my hands. That's why I love these disposable gloves, because you can really get in there, make your life a lot easier.
Pumpkin donuts flying in the pot on the stove.
And again, 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I tried to use this induction burner. It didn't really work so well. That's why on the other ones you saw that I used the actual stove. So that was a little bit of a letdown. It can boil water, but it can't fry things. As you saw, we just used a little cookie scoop and just made little balls, little donut hole balls. And then we're going to use more of that pumpkin pie spice cinnamon sugar mixture to toss them in shortly after they come out. That way the cinnamon and sugar pumpkin pie spice sticks to them.
Cinnamon sugar in the air as it flows. Sweater weather time. Autumn feels alive.
Now for our most time consuming, but also still easy. So as long as you have time, it's really easy. So we're going to do some instant yeast. We'll do some warm milk. We'll add some sugar. Listen, I love my food scale for this. It makes life so much easier. So many less dishes, so much more accuracy. We'll add some all-purpose flour as well. Pumpkin puree, not the pumpkin pie filling. We'll add 1 egg, and then we're going to add our pumpkin pie spice and also some cinnamon, because you know I like that cinnamon heavy pumpkin pie spice. We'll put it in our KitchenAid with our dough hook and just turn it on low to medium, and then we're going to add some softened butter, a little dabble at a time will do ya, and then we're just going to let it go for like 10 minutes or so.
Sweet little moments, cozy and defined.
Form it into a rough ball, put it into a greased bowl, and then my little trick is I use a shower cap when I'm making like doughs because it's easier to just pop on there than using saran wrap, and it gives room for it to rise, double in size, give it a punch down. I am obsessed with this flour duster. It makes life so much easier. I use it for powdered sugar as well. We're going to just do a little flour dusting for our donut dough, and then we'll turn that out and add some more flour dusting on top before we roll it out. As per usual, all the written recipe information will be linked below on my blog, midnightmunchiesandmore.com. So you can use a donut cutter to cut these. I just use a glass. And then again, for the holes, I use the piping tip.
Little sugar rings on and up my soul.
I'm going to use glaze for these. So again, this is kind of eyeballing. We'll do powdered sugar, vanilla extract, pumpkin pie spice, and cinnamon. And then I'll add milk just until it gets to the right consistency. You start with a little bit at a time, and you can always add more. Again, 350 degrees Fahrenheit. We'll pop our little donuts in. And once those come out, we're going to do the same thing where we're only going to let them cool for just a minute. And then when they're just cool enough to handle safely with your hands, which again, why I love these disposable gloves, then we're going to dip them into our little glaze. Now, listen, I like to kind of let a lot hang off. Like I don't let it drizzle all the way off so that when you pull it over, the glaze kind of overhangs down the side of the donut. I just particularly like, it's not beautiful, but it's delicious because you have that extra glaze.
Autumn has a rhythm and it's taking hold. Pumpkin donuts frying in the pot on a stove. Cinnamon sugar in the air as it flows. Leaves keep falling, time keeps calling. But here in this kitchen, the world feels whole.
You guys, look at all my donuts. It's not even that many donuts anymore because we gave away donuts, we ate donuts, and this is the donuts that I have left the next morning because I tried to do an intro outro last night. I don't know, I didn't have the background. It was a whole thing, long story. We're doing it again. So we're actually gonna try day old, the next morning donuts, and then that'll really tell us which one's the best, right? Because I remember what they tasted like last night, and we'll see what they taste like today. All right, so these are our quick, easy biscuit dough donut. Let's give it a try. Girl, you can see it's like biscuity on the inside. I know, right? Go figure. This one isn't super pumpkin-y because the biscuit dough wasn't pumpkin, right? It's just the coating on the outside that we added to it. And it is kind of dense. Like, it's denser than a normal donut. But because the biscuit dough has a little bit more salt in it, I actually really like it. It complements the pumpkin spice so well because you got a little bit of salt, makes the sweetness, and then you put it together, it's that salty sweet. It's actually really good. This is a delicious option for an inexpensive, like 5-minute quick donut. I want to try them in the air fryer next time. Have you ever done that? Have you ever put the biscuits in the air fryer? Please sound off below if you put biscuits in the air fryer because I'm curious. Can I do that? Can I just do that? And this pretty much tastes the same as it did last night. So really it saves well that you can eat it the next morning. All right, so now let's move over to the medium little donut whole ball things. Let's try. The medium ones are fine. There's not a whole lot of flavor to them. You do get a little bit of extra pumpkin because we put the pumpkin actually in it as opposed to the biscuit dough. But there's not enough surface area for the sugar pumpkin spice coating to be on, so it's pretty bland. It's pretty bland. There needs to be some sugar in the batter mixture itself. They also don't taste as good today as they did yesterday. So if you make the donut hole ones, you gotta make them the day before. You gotta make them day of. Now, I'd be curious if I reheat these in my air fryer and then toss them in more sugar pumpkin spice mixture, would that be good? Well, that's for me to find out later this afternoon. Last but not least, our expert style donut that is like, looks like a donut, she smells like a donut, she acts like a donut, does she taste like a donut? Pumpkin spice. Okay. First and foremost, the glaze is the move. So I actually want to try the biscuit kind with the glaze because I feel like that's going to give us more of a donut vibe to the biscuit dough. This is so good. This tastes like a donut. It's a little bit denser because we did put the pumpkin puree in it, which whilst I love, I almost think I want to make a pumpkin donut that doesn't have pumpkin puree and it's just like a regular yeasted donut but with pumpkin pie spice flavoring in it, and then do the pumpkin pie spice like glaze on top. I really like this donut. This is worth the 3 hours, but I'm gonna tell you this right now. This biscuit one, I'll probably just go make that next time. It's so much less work. Listen, I love a yeasted donut and I love a homemade yeasted donut. I think the biscuit one, probably because all the preservatives to make it a canned biscuit, lasts better for the next day. These were definitely better yesterday. So that's kind of sad because I spent all that time. I was just eating all these yesterday, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna warm it up in the microwave because that'll probably be pretty good. But only for a little bit because you don't want the glaze to like melt. I think the move, if you want a pumpkin spice donut and you want to just like whip it up at home real quick, do the biscuit dough, but do the glaze. And then if you want to do like an actual yeasted donut, I would do a pumpkin spice donut that's just a regular yeasted donut dough with pumpkin spice added to it. I wouldn't do the pumpkin puree because it's good. It makes it more pumpkin-y, but it makes it denser. Do you know what I mean? And if it makes it denser, then you might as well just use the biscuit dough. Do you get what I'm saying? Do you feel the vibe that's happening right now? Okay, let me just take another bite because it is still really good. I also started a second channel called Just Cherise where I'm doing more like vloggy Just Cherise type of stuff that's not necessarily food related, although I am doing an Am I the Asshole? Like, I like to read Am I the Asshole Reddit stories and have breakfast, and so I'm gonna have my donuts, the rest of my donuts for breakfast. We'll do donuts and coffee, we'll have breakfast and coffee. I had my husband send me Am I the Asshole Reddit stories because I told him, hey, listen, you do the research and then you give me the stories and make sure they're good ones, and so I don't have to like sit there and scroll, and it makes him have some fun doing it because he's involved. But also, when he was sending them to me, he was like, well, some of them aren't controversial, but I'm so curious to know what your opinion is on this. I can't wait to hear what Cherise has to say about this. I thought it was so funny. He's so excited. So we're gonna do that on my other channel. I'll put the link of it below. Please go and follow me, please. I love it so much. Just subscribe, push that bell, you know, for here and there. And we'll see if people are assholes and give our opinion because nobody asked for it. I also did, these decorating for Halloween stuff I did on that channel too. So you're gonna wanna go check that out and like tell me how it is. Let me know if it's something that's cool. I think it is. Maybe it's just me, just Cherise, okay? Just Cherise. Listen, oh my God. Like Will and Grace. Do you guys remember Will and Grace? Just Jack.
I am now. Me, a piano, and a spotlight. I'm calling it Just Jack.
That's what, Just Jack. That's what it reminds me of. Just Cherise. Oh my gosh. Oh, new intro. Just Cherise. Okay, anyways. I'm blabbering. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Let me know your favorite pumpkin spice anything. I'm already on the pumpkin spice coffee. Let me know what your favorite pumpkin spice food is. And baby, I'm gonna try it. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll catch you next time. Love you. Bye.